Good evening. We live in the era of the main character. You know the type. Maybe you follow them. Maybe you are one of them. It is a seductive way to view the world. If you are the protagonist, then everyone else is just an extra, a supporting character, an NPC. They exist to fill a seat, buy you a drink, or give you an ego boost until the next season starts. And if an extra gets too loud, if they get too real, you simply write them out of the script. You hit block, you swipe left, you ghost. It is clean, it is easy, it feels like power. But here is the thing about treating people like disposable props. Eventually, the cast starts talking to each other, and eventually, they walk off the set. Tonight's story is about a woman named Sarah, who thought she held the remote control until she realized she was the one being watched. Sarah was 32, and she was protecting her peace. That is what she called it anyway. To Sarah, modern dating was not a search for connection, it was a content stream. She collected situationships. She loved the attention, the good morning texts, the validation. But the moment, the exact moment, someone asked for clarity. She vanished. She sat at brunch with her friends, Chloe and Jess, scrolling through her archived chats like a trophy case. "Look at this one," she laughed, swiping on a long, heartfelt paragraph from a guy named Mark. "He wrote me a novel because I did not reply for 2 days. I just want to know where we stand." Ugh, blocked. Next. Her friends laughed. It was a game, a sport, and Sarah was winning. Then there was Ben. Ben was not a match. He was a fixture. Patient, kind, quiet. The kind of guy who remembers that you take oat milk in your coffee without being asked. For 3 months, Ben was Sarah's shadow. He drove her to the airport at 4 a.m. He fixed her leaking sink on a Sunday. He listened to her vent about her toxic boss for hours, nodding, offering advice she never really heard. Sarah liked Ben, or rather, she liked what Ben did for her. He was a premium subscription service that she did not have to pay for. She told herself, "We never put a label on it. It is chill. He knows the deal." But she never actually told him the deal. She just kept taking. One afternoon, Ben brought her a latte to work. She took a photo of the cup for her Instagram story. Caption: "Coffee saves lives." She did not tag him. She did not even mention his name. Ben was just the hand that held the cup. It all came to a head on a Saturday night, at a house party at Jess's place. The music was low, the vibe was good. Sarah was in her element, holding court near the fridge, glass of wine in hand, telling a story to a small circle of people. Ben was there, of course. He had driven her. He was refilling drinks, grabbing snacks from the oven, making sure everyone else was comfortable. Sarah was ignoring him. She was busy texting a new match on Hinge, a DJ with no shirt in his profile. Ben finally walked over. He looked tired. He touched her arm, gently. "Hey," he said. "Can we talk for a second? I feel like I am invisible tonight." Sarah pulled her arm away. She did not like the interruption. She did not like the tone. It felt like a demand, and Sarah did not do demands. She looked around the room. Her friends were watching. This was her stage. "Oh my God, Ben," she said, loud enough for the music to seem suddenly very quiet. "Read the room. You're being so dramatic. Why are you so clingy?" Ben froze. "I am not being clingy, Sarah. I am just asking if we are actually here together, or if I am just your ride home." Sarah laughed, a sharp, performative laugh. She wanted to win the moment. She wanted to show everyone how unbothered she was. "Okay, wow," she said, pulling out her phone. She held the screen up, right in front of his face. "You know what? You need a timeout. You're killing the vibe." Her thumb hovered over the button. Block contact. Then she tapped it. Hard. "There," she grinned, glancing at her friends for approval. "Blocked. Problem solved. Now grab me a refill." She waited for the laugh. It did not come. The room went dead silent. Chloe looked at the floor. Jess looked at Ben with something that looked a lot like pity. Ben stared at the phone, then at Sarah. He did not yell. He did not beg. He did not fight for her. For the first time in 3 months, he saw her. Not the potential. Not the girl he wanted her to be. He saw her. He nodded. Once. A small, final movement. Then he set his drink down on the counter. He did not slam it. He just placed it there, turned around, and walked out the door. He closed it behind him. Softly. Sarah rolled her eyes. "He will be back," she told the room. "He always is." She was wrong. The aftermath was not an explosion. It was a slow, quiet rot. The first week, Sarah felt righteous. She had stood her ground. She waited for Ben to come crawling back, begging to be unblocked. He did not. By the second week, the silence started to spread. Sarah texted the group chat, "Brunch Sunday?" Normally, it would be a flurry of emojis. This time, silence for 4 hours. Then a single reply from Chloe. "Can't this week. Busy." Sarah shrugged it off. But then came the Instagram story. It was a Friday night. Sarah was home, bored, scrolling. She saw a post from Jess. They were at a concert, a band Sarah loved. She swiped through the videos. And there, in the background, was Ben. He was holding 2 beers. He was laughing with Chloe. He looked light, happy. Sarah stared at the screen. Her chest went tight. She had not been invited. Ben had. She cornered Chloe the next day. She was angry. She felt betrayed. "Why is everyone freezing me out?" Sarah demanded. "Because I blocked a clingy guy? You are picking sides now." Chloe did not apologize. She did not make an excuse. She looked at Sarah with a calm, almost terrifying clarity. "It was not that you blocked him, Sarah," Chloe said. "It was that you enjoyed it." Sarah opened her mouth to argue, but Chloe kept going. "I do not feel safe introducing you to anyone I care about anymore. You do not treat people like they are real. You treat them like content. And frankly, it is exhausting waiting to see when you are going to decide I am just a prop in your movie too." Sarah stood there, stunned. It was not a fight. It was a verdict. That night, the silence in Sarah's apartment was deafening. She had a flat tire earlier that day. Her first instinct had been to call Ben. Then she remembered. She sat on her couch, the blue light of the phone illuminating her face. She felt small. She missed him. Not just the rides. She missed the person who actually cared whether she got home safe. She swallowed her pride, opened her contacts, and scrolled down to the bottom, to blocked contacts. She found Ben. She tapped unblock. Her fingers shook as she typed, "Hey, I am sorry I messed up. Can we talk?" She hit send. She watched the screen. Usually it would say, "Delivered," instantly. But this time, nothing. Or maybe just a green bubble that never got a receipt. She tried to call. Ring, ring, straight to voicemail. She went to his Instagram. She wanted to see his face. "User not found." She refreshed. User not found. Sarah sat back. The realization hit her like a physical blow. Ben had not just walked out of the party. He had walked out of her reality. He was gone, and he was surrounded by the people who used to be her support system. She was left scrolling through old chats, through all the people she had ghosted over the years, realizing that the silence she had used as a weapon had finally turned around and pointed itself at her. Sarah thought that because she held the phone, she held the power. She thought that disposing of people was a strength, a flex. But she forgot the fundamental rule of human connection. It is a currency. When you spend years counterfeiting it, taking without giving, speaking without listening, and leaving without explaining, you eventually go bankrupt. We are so terrified of being clingy that we have forgotten how to be kind. We are so obsessed with protecting our peace that we end up building a fortress where no one can reach us. Sarah wanted to be the main character, and she got her wish. She is the only one left on the stage. If you make a habit of disappearing when things get real, do not be surprised when you look around one day and find that everyone else has quietly learned to live, like you were never really there at all. You can block a number, but you cannot block the consequences. Good night. The city never truly sleeps, and neither do these stories. If you find yourself awake again, you know where to find me. Sleep well.